I have these 2 bags of milk. One was is a little bit overdue, like it was for for February. So I've just been putting them on here on the stove. It's warm because I got the oven on. But I'm going to put that in here now in the pot, and then we're going to warm it up, and then we're going to add some vinegar and salt. After we get it all done, we put salt at the end. But we just put it in, and you put it on low. You put it on the low, low, low. You don't want to burn the milk. So that's how you make um, your own cheese. So I'll show you how. All right. All right, we're going to put the milk in here. Just going to cut it. Oops, I just cleaned the stove. And I'm just using the 2%. You can make milk from 2%. I do that with my milk when I know that I can't drink it all. And I can make cheese from it. Let's do the other one. I'm going to do 2. So I'm going to have some cheese. I'm going to make a pizza after 2. I got my house coat on because we were at rain for 2 days. And then there was a lot of wind last night. And all of a sudden I look outside and there's like snow again. I was like, and I closed my window. So this is going to be quite a bit of cheese. And you don't get as much cheese as you think you would get from this pot full. So I'm just going to let it, I don't know what that little black spot is. I'm just going to let it warm up a little bit. And I have it right now on 4. Hey, Will. Must have been something in the pot. A couple of little dots. Huh. Some dust in my pot, I guess. Oh well, I got it out. There's one more. Alright, so now we're just going to let it heat up. And you want to stir it a little bit. So I'm going to use a wooden spoon just to kind of like, and so you bring it to like warm, like where it's hot but not boiling. And what you do then is you take some vinegar once you get it to a boil, and you take it off the heat. Then you put some vinegar in it, and then it curdles up and makes it and becomes cheese. And if you want it to turn into mozzarella cheese, you can do that too. You can just make put it in a form and really tightly make it into a form, and then it will turn into a loaf of cheese. But what I like to do with this cheese a lot of times is I like to add my my salt. I must have been something on the spoon too. I like to add my my eggs, and then I like to mix that up with some salt, and then you can make little pierogies, or you can make little cheese patties and you fry them. They're so good. It's a German Mennonite thing that we always did in our culture. And if you have cheesecloth, that's how you squeeze it out. If you don't have cheesecloth, you can just use a strainer and strain out the milk that comes, like the stuff that comes from it, the water type of thing. Hello, hello. Winder, Bear, welcome. Yeah, so I wanted to make myself some cheese, and so we're just gonna do this. It's just a slow process because you don't want to burn the cheese, so you just gotta make sure you You stir it a little bit while it's warming up. And I don't add my salt until the end. So for 2 bags of milk, you could always look it up. That you can get this recipe on the internet too. But there's one piece I can't get it out, whatever it is. Whatever this one piece is, it might have been in the milk. You never know. Never know. But I'm hoping it wasn't. I'm hoping that was just part of my spoon. Can't I get it? It just looks like a piece of herb or something. Oh yeah, it is. It's like a little green piece of herb. I got it out. A little flake of a herb. Okay, I'm just going to let it do this now. I'm going to do a reading later on the other channel. And I already talked about figured out what reading I'm going to do. And this is really about like the collective and like the energy that I'm going to do is like learning like to let go of things that you have no control over, and how can you heal a situation that you have not fully healed from. That's the questions we're going to ask, and we're going to do the reading on that. And also, how can you have more self-confidence on yourself? Those are going to be the questions we're going to do when I do the collective reading. And the most positive outcome. So that's what I'm going to do. How's your weather over there, Will, in Texas? The weather over here is crazy. Crazy. One day we're raining and we got like +3, 4, even got up to like +6 the one day, I think. 5 or 6. And then the same day, all of a sudden it starts blowing and, and then all of a sudden the snow comes. Hey, Elsie. I am making some cheese. That would be wonderful. I will be there. Yeah, it'll be a wonderful reading, I hope. I try to really like meditate if I really feel like I want to do a reading. I really want to like get the most out of it, and so it's probably going to be titled like how to fully heal from a situation and letting go of control of the outcome, right? So that's in there too. That question is in there too. Like, how can you let go of the outcome? Like controlling the outcome, you can hope for something and have more faith, and then you can let go of the self-control. How's it going? Yeah, so I'm just gonna, a lot of things about like the olden days. It was a lot of things that you were making and that you had to make. It was like more like patience, you had to wait. It's like a patient thing. You have to just wait for it to like start getting warm. It's starting to get warm now. Once it's warm, I just add the vinegar, and then it's so easy it is to make cheese. Like to make like this will be like more like to me it's more like tastes like more like cream cheese, but the texture is more like cottage cheese in a way. It's in between those, like the taste and the texture. And then, like I said, you can also turn it into a loaf by putting pressure on. My dad used to make like mozzarella cheese all the time. I know he put something else in the milk when he did it, but and then he would have this like form, like I have this one. Like, it would be like a form like this, like, you know what I mean? Like any form like this. You put the cheese inside, you put a cloth. You put the cheesecloth in here. Then you put the cheese in there after you get all the liquid out of it, right? And then you squeeze, you push down. And what my dad used to do is he would put a piece of wood that fit in here, right? So he'd have a piece of wood on top of the cloth and everything. He would put the piece of wood on top of it. And then he would put the cheese underneath the car. Then he would put his jack on the my dad would put his jack on the piece of wood, And then he would jack up the cheese under a car, and that would really make it solid, like really press it down, right? That's what my dad did. That's how he made the cheese. The press was the car, like, jacking it up on a car. And then waiting till the next day, and then you got cheese under the car. Yeah, my dad was a mechanic, so you know what I mean. He made use of all of it. Mm. Yeah, when the milk starts getting a little bit warmer, it starts to almost want to stick to the bottom of the to the bottom. Yeah, the milk is pretty much like now ready to be the vinegar in it. It's like it's like kind of a little bit more than lukewarm. And that's how you can help the milk curdle, is by putting the vinegar in there. And then I'm going to make some pizza dough and make a pizza out of it. Well, I also got some feta cheese. I'm going to use the feta cheese too. But I'm going to make my own pizza. I'm going to make like a veggie pizza. Like feta cheese and tomato and some herbs and stuff like that. I'm just turning it because the burner doesn't seem to have like the same heat everywhere. And there's no curdles in it yet, Like if you were trying to curdle this milk, it's not curdling at all. It's just liquidy, warm liquid. Because the milk wasn't bad yet. Like you can use milk that's gone bad, you can use that milk to do this. But if you don't have the patience to wait for your milk to go sour, then you just make it yourself. Okay, now it's probably warm enough now. And then I'm just going to turn the burner off. And now I'm going to put some vinegar in there. I will see how much I will put in there. What can I use to measure? I'm not really measuring, but I don't want to put too much, but I don't want to put too little either. So I'm going to put some vinegar in this little cup, and then I'm going to do it from there. So I'm just going to use I'm going to use a tablespoon, and we're going to just I just put 1 tablespoon so far. And now I want to show you guys. I just put 2 tablespoons and look what's happening. Look at this. It's starting to happen now. I just put 2 tablespoons of it in there. And it's going to keep doing this. It's going to keep making. See that? And I still have it on the heat, but I turned it off. I think I'm going to put another one. I'm going to put another tablespoon of vinegar. I'm actually going to do 2 tablespoons for each jug of milk. So there was 2 jugs. We'll put 2. And I do like my cheese a little bit sour. So I think that's why, and it is, I think that's what makes it taste like, maybe I'll put a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe I'll put 6. Okay, we'll put 6. So I think that's why it tastes like cream cheese. I'm just gonna let it sit here for a minute, and I'm going to put it on. I'm gonna put it on the hot burner, the one that's because I got my oven on. I'm just gonna put it on there for a minute, and let it sit there for a minute, and then you'll see what happens. Look at this. This cheese. And once it's fully done, the water will look green. It won't look white anymore. Look at these big pieces of cheese already. Look. See this? This is cheese. And let's say we put 7. I don't know. I should actually taste the milk, see if it has like a flavor, taste to sour. No, not really. Doesn't really make it sour. See, I've never really like measured how much vinegar I put in there. But I think I need to put a little more because it should already have separated all the cheese from the milk at this point. So I put like 8 tablespoons. I'm just going to turn the burner on for a little bit. Because I want more cheese out of it than this. Like, it's still very milky. And it's not supposed to be milky like that. Like, it's supposed to be more... The water from this is supposed to be more green. Like it does. It turns different color. That means all the milk is getting out of it. Heck with it. I'm putting more in there. There's not even any... I'm just going to put all of it. I think I put like half a cup then. Like maybe a quarter of that cup, I think. Yeah, it's really turning into cheese. But this was also like 2% milk. Maybe it was 1%. I'm not even sure. But the thicker your milk, the more creamier your milk, the more cheese you get. I'm just going to let it sit for a minute. I'm going to turn it off. Let it sit for a minute while we make a little bit of dough. So, let's make our dough. I gotta put my hair up. So what was ingredients you put in? Just milk and some vinegar. That's it. 2 ingredients, milk and vinegar. That's it. It works better when it works even better when you have like milk that has actually gone sour. So when you have milk that's gone sour, that actually works way better. So messy. Knocking things over. I'm gonna make some flour, some dough. I just got a new bag of flour yesterday. I got a new thing of yeast. This is the yeast I use. It's called quick rising yeast, and it works really quick. Ooh, did you hear that? Okay, so we're just gonna do 2 teaspoons of yeast, and then we're gonna do a pinch, like half a teaspoon of sugar, and then I'm making pizza dough, which is the same as my other dough, pretty much. I'm just waiting for the water to turn a little bit warmer, and we use lukewarm water. I'm only going to do 3 cups of these for water. Actually, no, I'm going to do 2 cups. 2 cups of lukewarm water. Because we're just making a small dough right now, and this is going to be a small dough, so we're just using two of these. And then alright. And then we're going to just mix this up here. And I want to make my dough a little bit more softer. So what I'm going to do is add an egg to my pizza dough. This is good. You can do egg, you can do like a little bit of milk or whatever, right? But I'm going to do an egg. Got to check my eggs because some of my eggs have been around for a minute, so got to check the eggs and make sure that they are still good. And the way to do that, I showed that the other day on YouTube. The way I do that, I just fill up water, and then if the egg floats, that's not good. If the egg doesn't float, then it's all right. Let's see if this egg is good, because this is my last one. This one, oh yeah, this one's still good. It goes all the way to the bottom, so this egg is good. All right, now we're gonna flip it in there. Hey Cajun, how's it going? I'm just going to use the whisk a little bit because I want to whisk that egg up, so I'm going to use the whisk a little bit. That's awesome that you're great. That's awesome. All right, so we're also going to do I'm going to do some salt here. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of salt, maybe about a round teaspoon of salt we got here. Let's see. Yeah, it's about a round teaspoon. Yeah, about a teaspoon of salt we're going to do. And now we got the base of the dough. And if you want to, because you're making, a pizza dough, you can always add a little bit of olive oil. And I've got my olive oil here with some sun-dried tomatoes in it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil in it, in my dough. And I might even put a couple sun-dried tomatoes, right? So about 4 teaspoons of olive oil, and then a little bit of the stuff that's in the olive oil, which is like some peppers, green bell peppers and stuff like that I had in my oil. And I have tomatoes, little cherry tomatoes in my oil. So that's going to be right in the dough. And because I'm making like a pizza dough, I want to just add some of the stuff right inside the dough, right? All right, I'm going to take my house coat off now so I can get in the dough and start working with it. All right, let's get started. All right, now I'm going to count the flour too for you. So we're going to start with 1 cup of flour. There we go. 1 cup. 2 cups. I'm going to stir that in there. And after we're done the dough, we're going to go check on the cheese. Right now it's like this, like a batter. So I'm just going to really make sure that all of the flour is hydrated that's in there. And you can also put a little bit of oregano and stuff like that in here, which I'm going to do. My oregano. Do I even have any oregano left? I guess my oregano's out. I'm out of oregano. I don't know what this is, but it's a spice, and it's a good spice, and it's, I think, let me taste it. I'm going to put some of that in there. Almost tastes like a seasoning. It was part of like a package. I just want to make the dough flavor of the dough really exciting. All right. All right, let's get the kneading part. Let's get into the kneading. Okay, that's 3 cups and 4 cups. So let's try 4 cups, see what happens. So to clean off your spoon, you just take a little bit of flour. And it cleans off your spoon perfectly. And you do the same thing with your hands when your hands are full of flour. And I'm sorry if I'm not reading the chat right now, because I just gotta do this first and then I will. You guys already know. I get my stuff done and then we go sit down and I talk to you guys for a bit. Yeah, some more snow today. I'm just hoping it's gone soon. I'm mixing it up like this first so that all the flour can be incorporated. And then once it's all like this, and I'm getting flour all over my tablet too. This isn't messy. And then when you get to a certain point, you want to clean off your hands so that, you know, like this point here, where it's not so sticky anymore. You want to clean off your hands so you can just knead it now. Take a little bit of the flour in there if you have flour inside the bowl already. You just use the flour that's in there already. You don't want to over flour it at the beginning. Alright, so now it's like this, and I'm just going to keep kneading it until all the flour is gone or it is into a ball of dough. Some people do their dough on a table. I don't. I like to do my dough in a bowl. It keeps things a lot more cleaner. And again, with this dough, you can make pizza with, you can make like some kind of like pockets with, or you can do whatever you want with it like that. Like you can fry it. And I might have put a little bit too much flour. I am going to just keep it on the table for a minute and just without the flour in the bowl. Just rolling it on the table, on the counter for a minute to really get it incorporated. It almost seems like because I put the vegetables in it, it does break up the dough. See? So, we got more flour in there. It's still getting a little bit sticky because I'm getting it all in there. Hey, JB. I'm just dipping it back into the flour again. We don't need to use any more flour. Just what's in the bowl. And then we let it rest for a minute. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of this little bit of dough flour that's in there. So now I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on this. So we're going to see how it's got the oil in the middle. And you can put it all around it too. Got more oil. And you just make it into a ball. Then it's going to rise and make... I can separate it now and make the pizza, but I'm just going to let it like this. So now it's a nice dough. And it's got like the things in it. Wash my hands. Now we're going to check on the cheese. Alright. You just get a towel like this, a little kitchen towel. Shake it off. Put it over top. There's the dough. Let's go check the cheese. Okay, I need the spoon to stir it. I'm going to use a plastic spoon. Maybe I didn't keep it. Maybe I need to heat it up a little more. Yeah, it's just lukewarm. I'm going to heat it up. I'm going to heat it up because this is not enough cheese that's in there. I want more cheese out of this. I'm going to leave that. I turned it back on. Just turning it up for a second and I'm going to turn it down. Well, actually, I'm going to put it back in the front burner because it will get the whole pan. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll show you when it's done. All right. Let's leave that. And then I put this flour away. For some reason, this water smells weird today. It smells like sewer. That's weird. So I need to leave this open because I need to drain the cheese when it comes out. Yeah, it did curdle up really quick, but I think what I think is that I didn't make it hot enough. Because it was not supposed to be that light still. You're supposed to be more translucent, the milk is. Because I'm wasting a lot of milk if I don't get it out of there. You gotta make sure you don't burn it. You don't want burnt cheese. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down because it's on hot. Because I don't think I need to put any more vinegar. Woo woo! Oh yeah, I can't stand the smell of stinky water either. Maybe the milk, it takes a little bit longer if you use milk that has not gone sour yet. You know what I mean? That's why it's taking a little bit longer. But you can see it working. And let me squeeze some, show you. Let me show you, because... Oh, this. Hold on, let me turn it around. Damn. Okay. Multitasking over here. See, it's kind of like clay. When clay gets very, I'm just squeezing out a little bit of the juices and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm just squeezing out the juices off this piece of cheese. Okay. So now it's just a piece of cheese now. See? And when you melt it, it does get like a stringy. There's your cheese. And all you have to do now is add a little salt. I gotta sneeze. Oh, bless the Lord. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna put a little salt on it. And do a little taste this. Ooh, nausea. I didn't eat yet today. Put a little salt. Got cheese. Yeah, it's the perfect. You can taste a little bit of sourness, and that's what I like about it. And it tastes good, and it won't taste like much without salt, but you gotta put the salt in it. I was hungry and I didn't want to just eat junk food and junk and look at my face. Like I need like some self love. My eyes are like this because I've been playing this stupid game. Look at my eyes. They're dark and stuff. But yeah, I've been playing this game and it's so addicting to get to the next level and I'm just like I need to stop. Will and Cass have got a new girl magician for you all. Oh my god. I'll share it at the right time. Masculine. Oh, magician. Oh, magician. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, I gave Shelby a bath yesterday. She's looking a lot better after the bath. I gave her a salt bath, a sea salt bath. After my bath, she got her bath. Didn't ya? And this morning, what the kitten did this morning is she came and meowed at me, and I'm like, well, come here, and got her on the bed. And then she lay down, and where's she now? She lay down underneath my blanket for a minute, and she wanted to get out, but she was cold. She was like willing to come under my blanket and warm up. And then she wanted to run away after that. I don't know where she is right now. Oh, look where she is. She's taking space in this room that it's for like when friends come over or if I get a roommate. Look where she's laying now. I put that pillow there for her and that blanket there for her so the rest of the bed stays clean. And look at her. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You're not warm, eh? Yeah, you are. You're so sweet. You're so chilly. You're so chilly. You come and cuddle with mommy this morning? Did you? Did you come and cuddle with mommy this morning? Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. You're my baby. My baby. You're your baby. Am I your baby? You sniffing, mama. You sniffing, mama. You're my girl. You're my girl. She's my beautiful baby. She's my beautiful baby. Oh, thank you. You see the look she gave me? Give kisses. I love you. I love you so much. I love you so much. You so much. I love you so much. Oh, you like that, huh? You like that. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, that's you. Oh, right there too. Right there too. Okay. Let me get under there. Let me get right there. Yeah, right there. Did y'all that? Baby shades. Yes, it is. All right. That's all she wants. She just that's all she needs, a little love. Now this one over here, she like literally, if she could stare a hole into my body, she would. She like watches me 24/7. All right, I think it's hot enough. I'm gonna turn it off. Turn it off. We're gonna let it sit. Let it cool down. Once it cools down, We get all the cheese. All right, we're gonna leave that alone. Thanks, JB. I don't give myself enough credit. No, I've learned something. You know what I mean? I've been saying this to people. I've watched this video about like a woman explaining about a bottle of water, how it's different price in all these different places, and the bottle of water doesn't change. It's the place that changes the value of the bottle of water. So like if you don't like if you're a person that don't see your worth, or if people don't see your worth where you are, that means you're not in the right place to do what you need to do. So it's like that bottle of water, right? I'm not in the right place to do what I'm doing. People over here are not open to heal. People over here are not willing to help someone, like lift a finger and help somebody else get ahead in life. Like you know what I mean? Even the professionals in this town, they don't see my value, and I see it. I see my value. I see how much I can help these people in this town get over grief and help them heal their grief. But this town don't see it. The professionals, the higher ups, they don't see my worth. If they did, they would have offered me something already. You know what I mean? And they all know I do this because I've been dealing with the professionals. So if they really did see my worth, I would do well here. But I'm not going to sit here and wait till that happens. I've been waiting long enough. I don't need to wait for something like that to happen. If they don't see my worth by now, and if they don't see the value that I have for them in this town, they'll only notice that when I'm gone. And then it'll be too late. Like, I already know how that works, how that energy goes. Yeah. And sometimes people don't love themselves enough to value themselves enough to heal. So that is why I'm going to do that reading about. We're going to focus on the second house, which is Taurus energy. We're going to, for the collective, I'm going to focus on the second house energy. So it's more about the energy and not the sign, right? So I feel like that the people have a lot of have a lot of problems dealing with that certain things like that. Like what, how can you properly deal with something, right? People just put it in the back burner and think that they've dealt with it. And how can you fully heal from a situation? How can you let go of control of the outcome, right? Like those are the things that people have a hard time. And have faith. Have faith that you know that you can and how can you improve your self-confidence? Have faith that you can have more self-confidence in yourself, and that will help you. That's the reading I'm doing tonight. And I can't wait to see what comes out from it. I'm just gonna let that sit there. I don't know how long. It's not like I make that every day, but here's the dough so far. Dough's looking good. It's starting to grow, and so we gotta let it sit for a bit. And I might be back because this is a time-consuming thing. So I might be back. This as well is a time-consuming thing. I just gotta let it sit here. Once it's cooled down, I can strain the cheese off of it. But until then, I'm just going to let it sit here for a bit and let it cool down. And I'll come back on the panel. I'll come back with this channel and do that. Thank you for saying that, JB. But, I appreciate you giving me, like, you telling people that they got a lot to give and stuff like that. But, those same people they already know. Like, you know what I mean? They already know. So, I appreciate all of you guys. I don't have a link right now. Oh, Jay. Are you going live, JB? Yeah, drop your link, JB, if you want people to follow you on your channel. JB has a channel too, so yeah, he might want people to follow him. And the same with anybody else, if they come in here, they all have a channel. Some people may not do YouTube, but they always involved in YouTube, so. Like Will even has quite a few subscribers and he don't upload much at all. Oh, he's going live? All right, cool. You guys can go and check out JB until I get back and come back. And thank you, JB. And if I can make it, I'll stop by. Dad should be home soon. He is being getting therapy after the fall. Well, that's awesome. That's good to hear that. He's going live. Okay, cool. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for much for being here. Thank you for the likes as well. I see that you guys hit the likes. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Anybody that's new subscribed as well. Because my channel was stuck at 666 the other day. And I was just saying to somebody, I'm like, somebody go subscribe to my channel so I don't want to be stuck at 666, right? So then there was one person that subscribed and now I'm at 70, at 670. So that was just that just happened really quickly. I just asked for one subscriber and everybody went and and give a subscribe. Somebody else must have heard that and gave me a subscribe. So yeah, so I didn't want to be stuck at six, and then I was stuck at 169, and somebody wanted to change that. They didn't want me to be stuck at 669. So once it hit 669, I was joking about that, and then I had another subscriber the next day, and I'm like, people really don't, they don't, even the 69 is a funny number, right? And people are like, all right, we can't keep her there too long. Hey, Jessica Lynn. So yeah, I'll be back, guys. This is a process to make this stuff. So we're just gonna let it cool down. That's what I'm gonna do with that, and then wait for the dough. I make a short when I just like kind of make the dough, punch it down. Might make a short video on that one, and then I'll come back when I'm actually making the pizza and stuff. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. See you later. Bye.